Hi friends, it's Jason. Today we're talking about function buttons, more specifically lens function buttons. Now this is the first time I've actually had a lens with a function button on it. And for those of you that don't know, that aren't, this is your first time here, I do shoot Nikon, but this does apply to pretty much any camera manufacturer. They all have lenses with function buttons on them. And today what I want to do is I want to show you some of the advantages that you can have by mapping something to that function button. Now, this is not something that I have used before, so lately I've been experimenting with the different functions that I can put on my function button. There's a couple that I've been using that I think are pretty cool, but they're handy, and I never thought that I would use that actual function button. But let's get into the camera, get into the controls, and I'll show you how to map on the Nikon Z6 II, how to map the function button on your lens, and show you some of the features that I've been using, experimenting with, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about them after. So as you can see, I've brought out my little TARDIS here so that we can experiment with this a little bit and get into the controls. So first you want to hit your menu, go into your menu, and then you want to go into your controls. So you go into your controls and you want to go to custom controls. Hopefully you can see that clearly on the screen. Once you're in your custom controls, you want to enter that and you'll see a bunch of choices here. Now that's not selecting the lens function button, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the lens function button, which is down here. Now I've got it set right now on grid, so let's go and have a look and see what that actually does. So we go back out, and if I physically click on my lens function button, look what it's done on the screen. So I'm going to turn it on and off here. Boom, boom. So that shows me that my table that my TARDIS is sitting on right now is a little wonky. So what I can do is I can actually use that grid and shift things, and if you're shooting handheld and you've got a horizon, there's nothing worse than getting back to your computer and having your picture horizon all wonky. So this can be advantageous when you want to correct or use your grid for rule of thirds or composition or anything like that. So that's a quick way to turn your grid on and off. Now, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different things that you can put in here. You can have highlight weighted metering, bracketing burst, subject tracking, the grid, which we just showed. Another one that I've been playing with a little bit is the zoom on and off, which is kind of cool. If I select that one, you can do low magnification, high magnification. I just do 1:1, 100%. So what we'll do is I'm going to click on that. I'm going to select that one. Now I'm going to show you what that does. As you can see, I've got it on dynamic focus point right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the button and show you what it does. So basically what it does is it zooms in to 100% on your actual focus point. So this will take you to show you exactly where your camera is looking to focus and where your focal plane is. So this is really advantageous in a lot of cases when you say you're shooting a really deep scene and you're not real sure where your focal plane is. Well, this will tell you where your focal plane is really quickly just by clicking on that button. This is a really neat function that I've been playing with a little bit and experimenting with. As you can see in the controls section, at least on the Nikon anyway, it shows you what button you're actually mapping. So when you highlight the lens function button, it will show you on the lens if there's more than one function button. This lens only has one, so it's showing you the one that it is actually mapping. So that's handy as well. So there you have it. That's what your lens function button can do. It's really handy when you've got it in your hand and you can just press that button and get to that function whenever you want it. So It's interesting that that is on the lens. They've moved that out to the lens. I like it. I'm starting to enjoy using it. What do you think? Do you use your lens function button? If you do, what have you got mapped? Leave me a comment down below. I'm really curious to hear how people are using their function buttons. And while you're down there, hit like. It helps me out. And hit subscribe if you want to see new videos. And I will see you again next time.